y'all.
Picture me on a jet ski. The pick of the little bitches really the pet peeves.
Come on, Azalea Banks, bitch. Let me tell y'all something about Azalea Banks. It's Wednesday, y'all. What is going on? Good day last night, full moon, first day of the full moon. I feel so much better. I feel so much better today. And I've been like super aggravated, you know, retrograde. I've been super aggravated, like super on a I wish a motherfucker would vibe. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit the oh, I was about to honk at this lady like go, but we have an arrow. Go ahead and comment, let me know that you stopped by. Subscribe by hitting the notification bell twice so you can be the first that you can get a notification that video is premiering or video has been uploaded so that you can know by email. Last night was the full moon. Do you guys do any kind of full moon rituals? Do you guys do baths, spiritual baths, or anything like that? I do spiritual baths. I do a little meditation. I pull some cards. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to see what the messages are. One message was, bitch, take a nap. Take a nap, girl. And which is a perfect message during retrograde. We should not be trying to, start anything new, go out on any new ventures, but kind of reflecting and relaxing and, just keeping to ourselves, regenerating, refreshing, reorganizing, all of that stuff, is during the full moon. So I do a full moon bath. I said I was going to share with y'all. I do a full moon bath. But I do want to talk about Robyn Crawford. I do want to talk about just some things that I've been tweeting about. Summer Walker, who has canceled her tour. And we'll talk a little bit about that, okay? And then whatever else comes to mind, right? So the full moon, what I do for full moon, I prepare a bath. So typically what I do, I have pink Himalayan sea salt. And you can buy pink Himalayan sea salt on Amazon. I'm lucky. I have like a kind of a bulk, like this grocery store out here called Winco. If anybody's in North, I don't know if they have. Do they have Winco down south? I feel like they have Winco down south. I don't know, but they have, baby, when I tell you a big ass, like these big bulk barrels of pink Himalayan sea salt, coarse, fine, the real big pieces, real coarse. Bitch, what the fuck is going on? Got a hole in my lip. Oh, and the impeachment trial is starting today. I don't know how that's gonna fare starting during retrograde, but we gonna see. What I do is I have in California, you can find all kind of herbs and shit. When you go to the Botanica, or you can just in the neighborhood that I live in, the grocery store has a whole section because there's a lot of Latinos in my area. So I get spearmint, eucalyptus, rose petals, what else? Chamomile, and I mix it all together. I put some pink Himalayan sea salt and mix it all together, put a little cinnamon, stuff to make you feel like good, you know what I'm saying? Smell good. I drop some sweet orange oil in it. What else did I drop in there? And some honey. And then what you can do, there's several different ways. So some people like to boil all of the leaves and stuff first, and boil, then pour it and strain it, and then put the water or the rest of it's really tea, put it in your bath, and then with the salt and then any other essential oils that you want to put that makes you feel good, because it's a time to relax and to reflect and to concentrate on the things that you want to manifest during the full moon, right? Okay. Then I mix everything up. So you could do it on the stove, mix all the other stuff up, and then put your essential oils in it after, because you don't want it'll dissipate, okay? Or you can wrap all of the herbs in a cheesecloth or some type of cloth, and then put it on your faucet in your tub and let the warm or hot water run into it, and it can infuse your bath like that. Or you can not get a lot, because it's hard to it's not hard, it's just who wants to clean a bathtub up after all that shit is in there when it drains down, and then you got to catch it from going down the drain? So typically I'll just put a couple of dry rose petals in there so it's not too much, and then I'll put a strainer with holes on the drain when it goes down, right? So I do that, put a little bit of Florida water in your bath water as well, light a couple of candles, get a glass of cold water, because you want I like my baths to be, bitch, I'm sweating. I'm sweating, okay? And I have this Epsom salt, eucalyptus spearmint type of Epsom salt, like almost like a bubble bath, kind of. I forgot the name of you see it in like Rite Aid and CVS and Walgreens, where they have the Epsom salt, but they have like the lavender one and the eucalyptus or whatever. So I love the way eucalyptus smells. I love the way it just reminds me of a spa. So you see me trying to get over, right? So you need to slow down and lag back. That's a nice Camry. That is really nice. Come on, Camry. Yes. And then, just sit in your tub, reflect. You can write, you can listen to music. I like to put on some binaural beats. And typically what I do, if you want to, on YouTube, there are a lot of different types of, just put in like full moon, and you can put full moon for whatever month, because everybody's always doing stuff for the full moon, and then you'll get like a meditation where it's just music, just nice soothing music to just, relax. And I typically do it like after the boys have gone to bed, and just so that I can relax. And it's really nice. It smells so good. And especially with the cinnamon and the sweet orange, it smells amazing. So, and then you just relax for a little while and just, contemplate on the things you want to manifest. You can write it down. And then I typically just put my crystals and my cards, and what else do I put outside? Crystal cards. That's pretty much it that I put out to charge for the full moon to charge. And that's what I do. So what do you do? Share in the comments. Beautiful. All right, let's talk about Robyn Crawford. Robyn Crawford is Whitney Houston's confidant, good girlfriend. Probably seemed to have had a sexual experience with her. She was on Wendy Williams yesterday, and I watched the interview. I actually shedded a tear for Robyn and Whitney's relationship, because I felt she was so, like, first Robyn came out, Wendy was, I was like cringing, because I was like, oh my God, Wendy, don't ask her anything about the, her being Bobby Brown days, you know what I'm saying? Don't ask her none of that stuff. Kind of be respectful. But she said they had a conversation before, so I assume that they had like, don't ask me about this because I'm not playing. Because she at one point asked Robyn, what does she think about the hologram? And apparently, I guess Whitney's sister-in-law, who seems like she is a disrespectful, dishonorable person, is going around with a hologram tour. I keep hearing about it. I heard Madison talking about it on the thing with on the last Queen Supreme Court with Shekinah Joe, which was hilarious. And she asked her about that, and Robyn just stayed quiet. She didn't even respond, and Wendy was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, well, that's your answer. Because she was just like, I thought Robyn is, to me, she's very attractive. Very attractive. She just looks really like centered and very intentional and very like focused. She just seems like very like to me, I was just like, I didn't get any malice from her. And I think it's only fair that Whitney's closest friend gets to tell her story, because all of Whitney Houston's family has, and I don't want to make it seem like they're making money off of her, but that's what it is, one. And two, just have not honored Whitney the way that she should be honored. I feel like, and even Robyn was like, she was a sensitive being. And typically, and that's why I want to talk about Summer Walker, typically creatives are very sensitive people because they are working within their God or universally provided talent and their gifts. And you become very sensitive in that way, right? And Whitney Houston was very sensitive. A lot of creatives have issues with either social anxiety, issues with addictions, issues with depression, these kind of mental illness, whether they be mild or moderate, or whether they suffer in some cases be very severe, like a Heath Ledger or someone like that, you know what I mean? Or Anthony Bourdain, stuff like that. And you got to understand that she, like Robyn said, she's a very sensitive person, and she should have been handled that way, and she wasn't. I really think that after a while, especially with Whitney Houston's superstar status, that people just dehumanize these celebrities, and they forget, and we forget, that these people are human, and we are consuming their lives, right? And we kind of dehumanize them and expect them to really perform at all times and perform when we want them to, you know what I mean? Without any regard to their mental health, not any regard to their physical health, not any regard, a lot of disregard to them as human beings. Like, just perform for me, just entertain me, just entertain me. Like, I feel like that about the NFL, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, child. And so the interview, she said that her and Whitney had a moment when they were teenagers, and the way that she was describing it was she was still very respectful. And it's like, I noticed that Wendy called it sex, and she was like sex, like, girl, it, you know, and then she was like, okay, like a lot of the time she was just like, what, like, girl, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? The part that was kind of funny, or that was actually funny, was that she said that they was gonna pull up on Wendy. They was gonna pull Whitney Houston and Robyn Crawford was gonna pull up on Wendy Williams just to see what she looked like, because she was on the radio talking like she lived with them. That's what she said. And you know what? It's I mean, we all talk about shit going on in the news. We all talk about things related to these celebrities and entertainers and stuff like that. And we all give our perspective and opinions. Everybody, from me to Wendy Williams. Do you understand? We about to be like this, though. So it's we all give our opinions, and a lot of entertainers and things like that. Y'all motherfuckers is talking like you know us. But we're just talking about, first of all, a lot of our opinions and perspectives about these people and their lives come from what we observe, and then we kind of recall to what our experience is, what we've observed in our lives, and then we give our perspective and an opinion based on that, right? And a lot of the times we're missing a lot of the pieces, and a lot of us are just trying to piece it together based on our experiences, right? And our truths and things that we subscribe to. That's why we can't, I don't know, it's like you're disagreeing about your perspective. I'm disagreeing with your perspective, you're disagreeing with my perspective. Anyways, so she said they was gonna pull up on Wendy, and because they just wanted to see what she looked like. I'm glad that Robyn is telling her story, and I feel like she's doing it with honor, and she's doing it with respect for her friend. She said that a lot of Whitney's men didn't really particularly like her. I remember, like I posted on Twitter, in 1990, the video for I'm Your Baby Tonight came out. At the end of the video, Whitney Houston is on a motorcycle, and somebody hops on the back of the motorcycle, and she drives away. We used to always say that was Robyn on the back of that motorcycle. I'm your baby tonight, honey. Whatever you want from me, I'm giving you everything, baby, because I'm your baby tonight. I said yes. And it's like, it's really sad because Whitney Houston was not allowed to live in her truth. And there's so many people walking on this planet today who, because of society and culture and their family, you know what I'm saying? It's like they can't live in their truth. You know what I mean? And I think it's important that Robyn does tell the story so that we can actually meet that side of Whitney Houston. And I'm here for it. Now, will I buy the book? I'm not that interested, but let me know if y'all want to, if y'all, buy the book, and if you read it, what do you think about it, and give your opinion on it. I would like to really, I mean, maybe I should buy it, because I'm like, I would really like to know what's going on with Whitney and Robyn. But shout out to Robyn Crawford. I was like, well, Robyn's kind of cute. Like, she's giving me very masculine energy right here, and just very quiet and centered and just fucking zen. I loved it. And I think she was very intentional. And I think that I think she should be allowed to tell her story. And out of all people, she's probably going to tell the most respectful story about Whitney Houston, and honor her in her transition. So shout out to Robyn Crawford and Whitney Houston. And I'm proud of Wendy Williams for actually conducting a nice interview. And I think it's kind of sweet that she, after that interview, y'all remember when Whitney called up to Wendy Williams' show and cussed her the fuck out? Yes, this girl from New Jersey. And I'm so glad that I know that Whitney's brother did clarify, because a lot of people were blaming Bobby Brown for Whitney Houston's drug addiction. And she had been doing drugs, and everybody knew that. And it was really hard to kind of, back up Bobby Brown, because he was such a bad boy. You automatically assumed, oh, he was the one that brought down the princess. He was the one that brought her down, and that wasn't true. And Robyn said, no, I mean, we did dabble in the little powder. That's why when Mariah says, oh, cocaine, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, girl. You know that people in this industry, in these circles and shit like that, and I'm glad that she admitted it. And I think it's so important to just be honest, to be truthful and transparent. And I think when people start listening to other people's stories, it allows people to heal. It allows people to be like, no, that wasn't bad. It doesn't say anything about my character. I'm a good person and all this other stuff. So shout out to them. I think it was sweet that Wendy is the one to interview, that she actually accepted the invitation to come talk about Whitney based on the history of Whitney Houston and Wendy Williams. So that's it for that. But getting on to Summer Walker, sensitive artist. Summer Walker is a I like to call them like alternative R&B, but she is a R&B singer, and she has disclosed to the public and to her fans and supporters that she has social anxiety, and it's hard for her to be comfortable around people. She gets very anxious, very closed in. She turns in. It's not being an introvert, it's having a social anxiety, right? And it's affecting how she is relating and engaging with her audiences on this tour that she has. And ironically, the tour is called The First and Last Tour. And she's already canceled the tour because people have been complaining that she's not engaging. She gets on she sings beautifully. She has a beautiful voice. Her album is really good. And a lot of people are just upset because she's not engaging with the crowd the way that people are used to. My thing is, if you know that the person you're going to see has an issue with, it's like, people don't understand, like, they can't fathom, like, how are you an entertainer? She's not an entertainer. She's a singer, right? Not every singer can entertain. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, people have been to concerts where they be like, this ain't for you. And I think that, so she ended up canceling the tour. She said she just can't deal with it. They had meet and greets with her, and this one fan's interaction with her went viral. She talked about, how she wasn't friendly, and and a lot of people with social anxiety, they come off as unfriendly because they're not doing a lot of engagement, because it gives them anxiety. And it's like, I don't understand why people can't understand that a lot of creatives have, like, whether it's like I said, from mild to severe mental illnesses, and it's real, and personality disorders and social anxieties, and they don't like to be around crowds. They get nervous when they go on stage, all of this stuff. And she brought Usher out, And she was just standing there while Usher was performing the song. Like, she wasn't even engaging with Usher. And people are like, oh my God, how could she go out there? And just being really insensitive to it. I don't think that somebody with a social anxiety should schedule meet and greets with their supporters. She's not going to engage with them. That's just not her thing. So then yesterday, she posted an image of an altar. And this woman whose tweet went viral was saying that she posted a picture of an altar that was huge, right? And let me go up. There's no traffic. There's so much traffic on that side of the freeway. She posted a picture of an altar, beautiful altar. I think it came out that it was actually not her picture, or it was on Pinterest or something like that. Someone's like, oh, Summer Walker I can't support Summer Walker anymore because she's a witch, and I don't support witches. And it was so funny because somebody, let me go to my page. It was funny because someone said Summer Walker posted her altar, and all her Christian fans announced how they would no longer listen to her music because she was a witch. Summer Walker's first single was about needing some dick, and the saints were present for that word. Bitch, when I read that, I screamed, because it's like, oh, you don't. And then I had to get on the people last night for saying that, you guys, I don't know. A lot of people have a lot of views about that, and it's funny to me. But I think that people need to allow folks who are entertainers space to kind of get their lives together. It's not fair. Could we go through our shit? What makes you think that they're any different? You have to humanize these people. They're not here at your beck and call. They're not here to start shucking and jiving for you and performing for you. There's a lot of entitlement to these celebrities, and social media has a lot to do with it, because you can really, like, back in the day, before social media, the only time you would hear about a celebrity is when, the news caught wind of it, or somebody said something on the news, but we weren't able to see, weren't able to see into their lives as intimately. And I think that because we have an intimate view into these celebrities and entertainers' lives, you feel like you know them, and you feel like entitled to their spaces, and you feel like you should be privy to everything that's happening in their lives, and that's not true. It's just not true. So the impeachment hearing starts today. Is anybody gonna watch it? Something else I wanted to talk about. What else did I want to talk about? I don't know. It's something else. It was something else. What did I say I want to talk about? Full Moon, Crawford, Summer Walker. I think that was it. And then I said I was going to go through my tweets to talk about what was going on. So we'll wait until I get off the hot. It's so funny when I see melanated people with nappy ass hair talking about this white man is their father. Girl, no, he's not. He's not your daddy. He is not your daddy. Let's see, it says, somebody said mental illness only affects people who are not famous, according to the internet. Right, it's like you think that these people are not human, and that's the problem. That is the problem. Shekinah Joe and T.S. Madison, oh my God, that was so funny. I like Shekinah. She's a Gemini, I think. And T.S. Madison is a Libra. Very much Libra energy she gives. But they had a good show. It was cute. I like Shekinah. Shekinah don't fool with nobody. And it's so cute. And she has a show too where she's talking to people about things. Somebody's tires. What do you call it? Unthreading? Is that what it's called? When the tire just flies off. Has that ever happened to you? Has that happened to me? I don't know. Somebody said Christians don't do witches but fall out in church after catching a ghost and drink blood of a dead man on first Sunday for their sins. That's what Justin J said. No more Summer Walker for me. I don't do witches. I said, y'all heifers know that Jesus, if that is his name, wasn't a Christian. All you know about him is what somebody else, some white person, wrote about him. You don't know? Calling him my father. And eating flesh and drinking blood and catching the Holy Ghost and acting crazy, singing songs, chatting and praying. But you hate witches. Open the book of Psalms and cast a spell, okay? While you playing. Somebody said, don't sleep on the Holy Spirit. I said, don't talk about nothing that's not in your experience. Anyways, so what else are we talking about? The impeachment trial. I think that's it for today, you guys. That's all I have to talk about. Nothing, not a long video today. Very short video today. I hope retrograde is treating everybody nice. Kind of keep to yourself. Don't answer that text from your ex. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it, okay? Be strong. Be strong. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Keep each other honest. Support each other. Uplift each other. Encourage each other, okay? Okay? All right, I'm out of here. Lady, if you don't get your ass over. Shit. People be making the slowest left turns. I'm about to be in your back seat because you making a left turn backwards. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Take care of each other. Peace.